hold up on all practice shots. Bowlers, please hold up on all practice shots. At this time, your practice session is over. Bowlers, please hold up on all practice shots. Bowlers, make sure you're in your first ball. As a reminder, bowlers, you are responsible for writing your scores down at the conclusion of each game and turning in your recap sheet at the front counter upon completion today. As a courtesy to other competitors, as you finish your game and move to other lanes, please allow the pair you are moving to time to complete their game before going into the bowler's area. Attention all spectators, please do not block the entrance to the bowler's area with bags or chairs, as our volunteers and staff need to be moving around freely and quickly. Reminder, flash photography is not allowed during the tournament competition. Now at this time, please give these athletes a great round of applause as they begin their round 4 tournament competition. Bowlers, when your arrows come up, you may begin your tournament play. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and for the final time, welcome back to Bowl TV's live coverage of qualifying for the 2019 Junior Gold Championships presented by the brands of Ebonite International. We are live here in Allen Park, Michigan at historic Thunderbolt lanes, and we have 2 channels available, 8 lanes of coverage. Channel 1, which you are currently on, is behind lanes 67 through 70, and Channel 2 is behind lanes 27 through 30. Channel 2 does not have a chat, so if you would like to know who's going to be hitting those lanes or the ones in front of us, 67 through 70, just let me know in the chat and I'll look it up. I've got lane assignments right next to me. One of the big names on this squad, we won't see him directly behind any of the live stream or in front of the live stream cameras. Defending champion Anthony Newer, he will finish his set, his last game, just to the right of Channel 2. He'll be on lanes 31 and 32. So if you're interested, I would say probably around 10:15, 10:30. If you want to see a little bit of him, basically you'll see the back half of his approach on 31, and then the entirety of the lane on 31 and 32. So feel free to tune in and check out Channel 2 then. But until then, hang out here on Channel 1 with me. Lisa, Solomon was in this house a couple days ago, so he won't be here. Let me check and see what squad he's in. Okay, he's squad 20. And tonight, squad 20 is competing at Century Bowl. So Lisa, I would head over to the Century Bowl channel. And Matt Canizero is manning the live stream over there. He can give you a hand and help you out and let you know if Solomon's going to be on the live stream there tonight or not. Take a look at who we have in front of us right here on 67 through 70. First on lane 68, we'll get a look. Let's see, at Timothy Kessler. Timothy from Lancaster, California. Timothy has one more night left in his Junior Gold competition this year. Struggled throughout the first 3 days, so he is unfortunately not in a position to make the cut this year. But that's nothing to say he can't go home, work, get better, come back next year and be a threat. Stepping up on the left lane, rocking the Purdue University jersey, Reese Hurwitz. Reese from Rochester, New York. He is inside the cut. In fact, Reese is inside the top 25. He is in 24th position coming into tonight. Plus 64 on his plus minus. For those of you wondering, the cut will be made after tonight, and the cut in this division is 116th place, which right now is minus 94. That is a 192.1 average. And if you take that 192.1 average and extrapolate it out to a 16-game plus-minus number, it comes out to roughly 126 with some decimal points on the end, but rounded to minus 126. So if the cut jumps incrementally based on the average, then that's what it would stop around tonight. So if you're trying to figure out if your player or someone you're watching is around the cut or is going to be close, and you know their scores, that's a number to look at, is minus 126 would be a 192.1 average after 16 games of qualifying. Going heavy through the face on 68, Robert Bennett. Robert's one of those players. There's 4 groups of players in the field tonight. You've got your guys that are so far out front, they're not concerned with the top 116 cut. They're looking at the top 64 cut, which is the cut for the final advancers round, or they're looking at the top 16, which is the cut for match play, for the double elimination bracket. That's group number 1. Group number 2 are the players that are within, I would say, maybe a 30-pin window above or below what the cut is coming into tonight. The guys that could have a good night and really increase their chances, or they can have a bad night and drop out of the cut. You've got group number 3. These are the guys that are more than 60 pins outside of the cut that need to have a great night to have a chance. And then you've got group number 4, and this is the group that it's hard to talk about because you want to stay positive, but just guys that have struggled the first 3 days for whatever reasons. Whether they're not experienced enough, they don't have the skills they need quite yet to succeed at this level. They had a couple bad days and they let it get to them, or they're a good player and they just threw the ball bad, or they matched up wrong. They brought the wrong equipment. They had the wrong surfaces. Whatever the reason is, these are guys who are using tonight as a springboard for next year. They're trying to finish on a positive note and then go home and learn, okay, where did we fail and how do we get better next year? Yes, Tanya, all of the previous 3 days of qualifying have been archived. I know that we had some issues with a couple of the houses archiving, but I think they've gotten all that cleared up. So if there's anything that you want to see that you don't find, let me know, and I'll check with our IT department and find out. Whoa! Reese almost throws it in the gutter, but gets lucky with the strike. I'll talk to our IT guys and see if that's something they can fix. But Robert Bennett is one of those guys I was talking about. He's minus 22 coming in, so he's 30 pins outside of the cut. If he stays even tonight, he's going to be near what I think the cut will be after 16 games. If he can go plus, he will do himself a lot of good. Only 4 players on 67 and 68. Joshua Brady, I think, withdrew. So only 4 guys. Next up, Joey Hansen, shooting the 3.610 over on 68. Joey in the cut coming into tonight, minus 85, so 9 pins in the cut, 105th. He's group number 2. He can have a good night, improve his position, and stay in the cut, or he can have a bad night and fall out of the cut. It's all in his hands. So far, clean through 7 frames, a good start to game 1. Move over to lanes 69 and 70. Up on the approach over on 69, Logan Limmer. Logan from Saginaw, Michigan. Solid shot there. Logan's pretty far out of the cut. He's one of the guys just trying to improve and come back stronger next year. Over on 70, Zachary Davidson. Zachary from Poinet, Wisconsin. He's minus 280, a 177 average. So the number he would need to shoot, we have seen players shoot this year. But it would require a lot. And based on what he would need to get there, he is off to a slow start. Raiden Neely stepping up on lane 69. He's got a string going. Can't see how many. Like a string of 4, or 5, excuse me. Started striking in the 3rd frame. Raiden from Killeen, Texas. Same boat as Zachary. The number he would need, we've seen shot at Junior Gold this year. I can't recall seeing that number being shot in this house. We've seen more of those numbers come out of Super Bowl and Century. But these kids are here for a reason. They're very talented. And if they get matched up right and they get into a groove, they can get there. Ooh. You don't want to come off a string like that. But let's make it. Jake Grun, 10 back there on lane 69, frame 9. Jake from Irma, Wisconsin, and he's same boat as Zachary and Raiden. The number he needs has been shot. He needs it tonight. Logan leads up on the right lane, converts the 1-2-4. Logan rocking the Queens Village, New York. And he will finish up competition tonight, go home, regroup, and figure out how to come back stronger next year. Just a few pair down. We do have, he's not going to hit our, I said this, he's not going to hit our live stream, but defending champion Anthony Newer started with a double, goes split, misses it, 8 count, split, converts it, 7 count, split, converts it, and a strike in the 6th. So his game's looking a lot better than it probably should with all those S's next to the numbers. 3 straight splits, but he's converted the last 2. The first one he left the 2-4-7-10 and took the 4-7 straight back, and one of them came out of the pit and about 20 feet up on the lane, slid all the way up in the lane about 20 feet before falling in the right gutter. Kid's got some ball speed. Kid's also got a supreme amount of talent. He is currently 3rd in the standings after shooting a massive set at Sterling yesterday. He had 978 at Sterling yesterday. 239, 237, 236, 266. Timothy Kessler finishes up 176. Reese Hurwitz, get up the hill. Good shot, 174. Logan leads his last shot of game one, flushes it. A good back half, clean back half of the game for a 154. Rough start, but a good back half. Robert Bennett tickles him down in the fill ball for a 168, so not a lot of high scores here to start. I'm going to look over to the pair to our left, 140, 150, a possible 212, a 180, a 160. Over to our right, 150, 160, 170, a 222 by, maybe it's Malik Price. 222 with a split in the 9th and 7 spare 7 in the 10th. He was stringing them going into the 9th. He could have punched out for 270 even. And then Jeremy Hodson is the anchor bowler on 72. He's got a chance at 220. Not a lot of encouraging scores on this end of the house for game one. We'll peek down on Anthony Newer. He is split again after the strike in the 6th. Looks like a 2-6-7-10. And he makes it. Well, don't color me surprised. Four splits in 7 frames, and he can still punch out from the 7th to shoot 216. Logan Limmer, 208. Forty pins ahead of what his tournament average has been through 12 games. And that's exactly what you want to see. You don't want to see a player come in here who's been struggling and give up on the last day and just throw 40 frames and go home. Just keep grinding. Absolutely keep grinding and keep pushing. Hang out for Raiden's last shot, and then we'll step away real quick, get some information on the new gentleman coming down to our pair, and get you set up for game two. Crumbles everything down but the 3-pin, or the 2-pin. All right, we're going to step away real quick. We'll be right back, and we'll get you up to date on who the 12 bowlers we're going to have in front of us for Game 2 are here in the final squad of qualifying at the 2019 Junior Gold Championships presented by the Brands of Ebonite International, right here on Bowl TV, where bowling lives. We'll be right back. right back in here, game 2 of the final block of qualifying for the U20 boys and final block of qualifying or squad time for the tournament here on Thursday night, Allen Park, Michigan at Thunderbolt Lanes. We'll jump right into it on lane 68 with the front 3. Brian McLeod. Brian comes to us from Irwin, North Carolina, in the cut after 12 games, coming into tonight in 100th position, minus 77, so he was 17 pins up on the cut coming into tonight. Let's see what he has to offer here on the front 3. He's just throwing it at that hook spot 3-4-5, and I don't think he quite got it out to where he wanted to. Ball never got back, leaves a 4-8. One of those easily choppable multi-pin spares you don't see on house shots, but you do see on sport shots. To his left, Matthew Walter. Matthew Walter, Ringgold, Wisconsin. He's one of those players outside of the cut, down the standings, trying to finish up. Have a good night. What did I say? Easily choppable spare. You shoot it straight, the ball backs up, picks off the 8-pin. You try and hook at it or go cross lane, you pick off the 4-pin. Chopping the 4-8 is a time-honored tradition, like the Masters at Augusta are wearing white after Labor Day. Two-hander Matthew Stevens up on lane 68. Rumbles the 4-7-10. Matthew minus 229, needs a 900 plus tonight to really have an opportunity to make the cut to the advancers round tomorrow morning back here at Thunderbolt Lanes. Matt has one of the cooler town names. We had Pocahontas earlier. Pocahontas, I think it was Alabama. Forget the state. But he is from Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. A lot of townships in the Pennsylvania, New Jersey area. Now stepping up on lane 68, second place coming into tonight, Cyril Cardenas. 9 spare, 9 spare, strike 8 spare to start this game off. From Las Vegas, plus 276, a 223 average after 12 games. So crossing on the same squad as defending champion and current third place Anthony Newer. We saw our leader, Mateo, earlier in the 1130 squad. Two-hander got that same mistake he made over on 67 the last shot. He got it to the dry too soon, and the ball never had a chance to stand up, or it stood up too soon. I'll take that back. It had a chance. It did it real soon. Throwing urethane. Catches the double. Good spare. Up next on 67, Jared Morales out of San Antonio. I think Jared is one of those players that just, at some point this week, he did not match up. He is, in my opinion, Jared is a lot further down the standings than he should be for the way he throws the ball. running down that single pin on lane 68, Carlo Kasama. Carlo from Arlington, Tennessee, another player. I put him and Jared in the same boat. Just a few shots I've seen, they throw the ball too well to be where they're at in the standings. I just think they hit a couple bad, hit a couple bad houses. Maybe let it get to them on the third house. I wasn't there, I don't know. They throw the ball better than where they are in the standings. I really hope to see them back next year, if they're young enough, and take another crack at this. Tyler Upham on lane 69. Tyler from Caston, Minnesota. Quite a ways. All three of the competitors on lane 70 on the scoreboard are quite a ways out of the cut. Just trying to do the best they can to finish up their junior world experience on a positive note. Tyler comes to us again from Caston, Minnesota. Over on lane 70, Garrett Rolke from Eaton Rapids, Michigan. And Matthew Stevens just relocated to no Breaksville because he can't get any breaks on that 9 pin. And from the Virgin, repping the Virgin Islands jersey, Rodante Moorhead in the standings. It shows Duluth, Georgia, but it's obvious he has a connection to the Virgin Islands. We'll see what he's got for us here. As Matthew painstakingly picks up that 9 pin that I don't think he should have left. Moorhead would just make like a 3 and 3 right. That ball would pick up a little sooner, he'd be right in the hole. Up on lane 70, Bartholomew Snyder from Olean, New York. Get it that far right. That's just asking for trouble. Cyril up on 68, still looking for something. I didn't see his 6th frame. Oh, that's not good. He gets the ball that spot 2 shots in a row in the 4th and 5th, and it dead hooks on him both times. I didn't see the 6th frame, but there in the 7th, you could tell he moved his feet a little deeper because the ball was further left to start. He got it to that spot, but you can't ask a urethane ball to cover that many boards. It's not going to. Just not dynamically built to do that. Con Kirk up on lane 70. Oh. Comes to us from Leland, North Carolina, sitting at minus 229, a 181 average. Little temper tantrum down there. It's okay. It happens. I don't know if he. I'm not gonna say who because it's out of the view of the camera, I believe. But a player on one of our pairs just. Well, obviously the table did something to affect his spare shot. That's all I'm gonna say. Man, that 9-pin that Matthew left in the 6th is just a little more painful now after he's flushed 4 in a row and didn't get that one. Changed to resin for Cardenas. So he made the right move. I hope he stays there. He's okay right there. I know that 5-count split's not what he wanted to see. But he is okay right there. If he just gets his feet in a little deeper. He's got the rev right. That ball's got a ton of surface on it. It's strong enough to turn the corner from in there. He can play there. Brendan Fuller over on 66, asking the ball to do some work. Well, I know Matthew wanted to carry that one, but a little awkward Brooklyn hit. The head pin took out the kind of between the 6 and the 10, took out the 6, wiggled the 10, didn't knock down the 10. After that 9-pin, though, I don't think asking for that hit would have been unfair. Garrett converts the 5-10 over on 70. Nice spare shot there. Up working on a 4-bagger, strike, split, spare, 4-bagger. Brendan Fuller wants that 230. He's going to get it.
First game, strike, split, strike, split, strike, split. Stay hot. Ace every one of them.
Oh gosh, I don't know if you all heard that, but that was glorious. One of our players just walked by. We've got the ambient noise mic that's sits on our computer that faces the catwalk in between where I'm at and where the players are at. And one of my players, last name Mullen, I'll figure out the first name in a minute, walks by talking to Matt Stevens about his last game. And he goes, I went spare, split, strike, split, strike, split, strike. Aced every one of them. Oh, man. I hear that, and the bowler in me comes out, and I think to myself, well, you may have aced the shot, but your feet were in the wrong spot. Your eyes were in the wrong spot. Something was wrong. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result? The things we bowlers say to convince ourselves that we didn't do anything wrong. I love it. We all do it. Every bowler has done it at one point or another. I didn't see Cyril's last shot. I gotta pull it up on my laptop. I want to see what he did. Was if he moved back right with the urethane or if he stayed left with that resin ball. Let's see what's on the rack. He moved back right with the urethane. Don't chop it. Don't put salt in the wound. Oh, come on, get one of them. Oh. Nick Larson plaques a 7-10 over on 69. Stevens gonna carry this one? Yes, he is. All the awkward hits and the bad breaks from Matt Stevens, he still has a chance this game to get into the 220 range. He can double the 10th. He's minus 229 coming in, so he needed about 900. Not sure what the first game total was, but if you need 900 in a 4-game set, it's 225 a game. So 229 right here. 4 pins over what he needs to get close. Come on, Jared. Coming off that split in the 8th, goes Brooklyn there, doesn't get the 6 to trip out. Matt Walter misses the 4 pin. Tyler Upham striking the 9th. Bart Snyder. Very deliberate approach. Off stand a little bit late. It's too far right. Ball's not gonna, with his rev rate, the ball's not gonna read from out there. One thing I know I've got to be careful of, having worked enough in radio over the years, remote broadcasts, and having microphones just hanging places, is as we get towards the end of this set, the older, more mature players in the field, a little frustrated maybe. Try to watch out for some language. I don't want to hear anything go over the Bowl TV airwaves, so I may just, I may cut our crowd mic while I'm on air and just leave my mic on. Good shot there by Cyril. Good punch in the 10th for 179. It could have been a horribly disastrous game, but to an extent he saved it. Matthew gets the first one. Doesn't completely destroy the game with that 7 count, or that 6 count split. Thought he had a chance at it. Brian McLeod 190 misses the single pin in the 10th. Matthew Stevens 212. Second place, Sarah Cardenas 179. Matthew Walter 169. Nick Larson 193. Tyler Upton 176. And the other 6 bowlers still wrapping up. This is when things start to get exciting. As when you come to the end of the qualifying, you start to see the players who know they're in the cut pushing, the guys that are trying to get to the cut pushing, and then we get to tomorrow. And that's it. I mean, tomorrow's what we're here for. They say Saturday at the Masters is moving day. Well, tomorrow is moving day at Junior Gold. Between the advancers and the final advancers round, you're going to see a lot of shifting around those cuts. I think the top 2-3 spots in this division are pretty locked solid. Whoa, that's unique. Don't know that I'd shoot the 310 that way, but hey, to each his own. Carlo Casama 155, Jared Morales 190. Yeah, tomorrow between the 10 games for advancers and final advancers. I cannot wait. It's going to be easy getting out of bed tomorrow at 5 a.m. to come well, I guess 5:30 because we don't start. The advanced rounds tomorrow morning don't start till 7:30, and then over in the, I think we're using both this main bay, the main 54 lanes here, and the Cosmic Bowl for the U12 match play, which will start at 8 o'clock. Their final advancers is going on right now at Super Bowl. And I think the way we've got it drawn up is Emil Williams will cover. He's going to bring one of his kits, what we call them, all of our equipment, one of his kits for a third channel here over in the Cosmic area. We're going to leave the 2 other kits here in the main bay for our advancers rounds. That's all going to take place. I think tomorrow our advancers rounds are U17 girls and then the U20 boys in front of us. The rest of them, both 15s, and then the U20 girls and the U17 boys are at score. Their final advancers round is there as well, and then I believe everyone comes here. I'm saying all this, I have the schedule from, let's see, Friday. I'm sorry. The 15s are at Century tomorrow. 17 boys, 20 girls are at Score. 17 girls and the 20 boys are here. And then we've got match play at both Thunderbolt and Score throughout tomorrow night and all day Saturday. And then all the TV tapings are here in the arena next door, which they're getting set up all day, back half of yesterday and then all day today. And it's starting to look like a TV set. Great shot by Curtin there in the 11th. Trying to get into the one. He's in the 190s now. Nick Larson, 193. Bartholomew Snyder, 137. Tyler Upham, 176. Rodante Moorhead, 162. Con Kurt's going to get to, I'm going to say 194. I'm going to say he's going to do an area check here and get 9. And Garrett Grolke with a 145. It's going to push long. Oh, I called the 9 count. Sorry, Colin. I don't mean to. I'm not cheering against you today. All right, we're going to step away real quick. Be right back and give you a look at who all's hitting our pair for Game 3 of the final block of qualifying at the 2019 Junior Bowl Championships presented by the brands of Ebonite International right here on Bowl TV. Bowling lives here. We'll be right back. right, back at it here. Game 3. I had to think about that for a second. Now we're past halfway. Game 3 of the final qualifying block for the U20 boys at the 2019 Junior Gold Championships, presented by the brands of Ebonite International. And we'll get right to it, working on lane 68. Jordan Lee starts the game off split, has caught a double since then. I will preface this by saying that all but about 2 of the players in front of us on these 2 pair this game are at a point in the tournament where they're here to get experience and finish it out. Struggles throughout the first 3 days have cost them an opportunity to make the cut to the advancers round. But that doesn't mean they can't make it next year. Brandon Buttes up on lane 67. He's working on the front 3 out of Dallas City, Illinois. Well then. Well, shake that one off, go back to the drawing board. Dakota Deutsch over on lane 69. Laurel, Maryland. Heavy on the head pin, 369 or 3610. 2 splits and 2 strikes this game. Colin Baldwin over on lane 70. Steps up, Jackson, Mississippi. Had a few players from the Jackson, Mississippi area. 2-hander, up the back of it. Too much up the back of it. Oh, chops it. Jalen Johnson looking to go runaway Brooklyn. Can't get the 5-9 out. Coming to us from Birmingham, Alabama. Oh, Colin gets the 210, but leaves the 8. Andrew Gross over on lane 69 leaves a 210 as well. Andrew from Germantown, Wisconsin. Heard a boom earlier. That was Alex Snowberger on lane 68. In the middle of his backswing in the 3rd frame. I mean, at the very height of his backswing, the ball just came off his hand. Luckily, it was behind him. It didn't go up in the air. It kind of came off his hand at the top of his swing. So right when his swing was kind of stopping is when it came off. And it just fell back and landed real hard on the approach. That was a big boom everybody heard. And luckily he was able to borrow some, well, not borrow, procure, get some thumb tape from, I think, Jonathan Cummins, who's also on his pair. I can't imagine borrowing thumb tape and just giving it back to somebody. Yeah, Dakota, I'll see what I can do. Same with Brody. I'll see if I can hunt down. Once we wrap up this game, I'll go see where those guys are starting game 4 at and see if I can't get a quick update from them. I mean, I have no problem just walking up and asking them, but I don't want to, interrupt them in the middle of the game, so I'll try and catch them in between games, and hopefully they're in a good mood. You never want to catch a bowler in a bad mood. Jonathan Cummins from Independence, Kentucky. I've watched him the last couple of years at the Kentucky High School State Tournament. Very, very solid player. know that Jonathan was a member. I had to find it. Jonathan was a member of Junior Team USA, their Junior B division, which was ages 12 to 15. He and Tommy Hankey, who we featured on our live pair yesterday, won gold in the boys Junior B with a 24.98 down at the Tournament of Americas back in July of 16. So it was 2016. I think he was part of the Junior Team USA development program, like U15 development program, and then traveled to TOA as part of their Junior B program. So at a very young age, he was able to get some international, some national experience with Team USA and Junior Team USA, who compete internationally. I don't think he traveled internationally; he just went to the TOA. But I mean, still, that's not downgrading it at all. That's a gold medal as a part of Junior Team USA. Jonathan is one of the players that is there. He's minus 126, and that's the number that I kind of projected I thought the cut would be at. So if he can find a way to go plus tonight, then I think he's safe. The other player that we're looking at on our pairs that is in that situation is Jacob Mullen over on lane 70. I believe he's on the front 7. There's a towel on the monitor in front of me. I'll have to move. I think he's on front 7, and that was the player earlier that I talked about that came by and told his buddy, yeah, I went spare, strike split, strike split, strike split, strike split, and I aced all of them. Well, I'll tell you this, he's aced at least 7 this game, and he's on front 7. Minus Jacob from Bellingham, Washington, minus 98 coming in, and 119th, so just outside the cut coming in. That's left off Cummins' hand. I will give Jonathan credit right now, though. He's playing the lanes the way that I believe they should be played. Unfortunately, he doesn't have much help in there. Bouncing pins everywhere. Can't get one of them to get over to the 7. All right, Jacob Mullen over on 69. He is indeed on front 7 because I remember looking down when he was on front 4 and I still saw the first frame. So he is on front 7, lane 69. Zachary Hall to his right. Zachary Hall from Cocoa, Florida. Jacob playing him a little further right, kind of on top of where everybody else has been. Sending it out to that hook spot. Gets it. Mullen coming in, again, minus 98, so this will... I know the last game was pretty bad. We heard that recap. I don't know what the number was. I didn't hear a number. Devin Dowdle up next on lane 69. Andrew Marcotti over on 672. Chops the 3 off the 3610 and claps his hands in disgust. Devin from Pelham, Alabama. Good shot. Oh, it hooked. Holy moly, that thing took off. Physically, I think it was a good shot. I gave the ball more credit than the ball itself deserved. Brandon Buttes getting some hits. Maybe. Ah. Jordan Lee asking for some help from the ball over on 67 and not getting it. Another unique town name, Romeoville, Illinois. I will say one thing about, and I want to kind of keep my voice down because I don't want him to hear me. He's walking away. One thing about Jacob Mullen is that after every shot, he's walked up the steps behind me, go talk to whoever's back there, and then he's come over and he's leaned against the counter right underneath the camera that's pointing at his scoreboard. He's done the same thing after every shot. He's walked to the back, talked to whoever, came down, leaned on the counter, and then went up and bowled. And I know this because every time he leans on the counter, it shakes my monitor. And I've seen my monitor shake at least 8 times. But once you start striking like this, you want to get into a routine. Even if you're not striking, you want to get into a pre-shot and a post-shot routine. Do everything the same. Don't alter it. Don't go talk to somebody here, eat food there, sit, just do the same thing. Here we go, front 8. Hold off. He was straighter to the fronts with that one. He didn't give it enough room. Still a great run by Jacob. Assuming his last game wasn't like a 120, this game will go a long way towards increasing his opportunity to get in the cut, as he was just outside the cut coming into tonight. 4 pins out to be exact. And going back to having a routine, that was one of the things that impressed me the most about crossing with Graham Fopp at the Kentucky Open. Was last year? Is on Saturday night we were crossing together on the short pattern at Ken Bowl Lanes, and the consummate professional, he would go up, throw a shot, strike or spare or split, whatever the outcome was. He'd throw a shot, come back, enter his stat information on whatever stat keeping app he has on his phone, take a sip of water, and just sit there. He'd sit the way Ken Bowl's pit area is. The chairs are the same on every 2 pair. It's like a W, so to speak, and you can walk in between the W to get to the left pair or the right pair. And he would pick the same chair in every pit area we went to, set his water behind him, set his phone behind him, go up, make the shot, come back, put the stat in his phone, take a drink of water, and wait for his next turn. I mean, he was a machine. And his numbers weren't, outwardly crazy. He was averaging probably in the mid-220s on the short pattern we were bowling on, which was about the field average for the top of the field. And that's what he did. And then back in 2018, last October, me and a buddy of mine went to Anderson, Indiana for a regional, and he was there. And I watched him shoot back-to-back, like he went like 115, 140. Graham did. But his routine was the same. He doesn't stray from it. And that's what you've got to do. Cummins picks up the 10 pin. Runaway Brooklyn can't get the 5 to go for Colin Baldwin. Seeing some weird things on the pin deck, but pins are falling differently tonight. I don't know what the deal is. Jacob runs down the 10 pin. Gonna have a solid game there in the mid 260s. George Lee 136, Jalen Johnson, oh nope, sorry, that's just 9th frame. Zachary Hall 172, Jacob's going to be in the mid 260s. Dakota can max out in the 140s. Devin Dowdle getting the low 170s. Andrew Gross get the 2 teens. Colin Baldwin can get in the 2 teens. Oh, solid game by Jacob nonetheless. Don't focus on the finish. Focus on the 7 on the 8 bagger there. All right, I'm going to step away real quick and go check on Nick Larson and Anthony Butler, see what I can find out. We'll be right back for the final game of qualifying at the 2019 Junior Gold Championships presented by the brands of Ebonite International, right here on Bowl TV, where bowling lives. We'll be right back. Back at it here. Final game of qualifying at this year's 2019 Junior Gold Championships. Everything comes down to this. After tonight, cuts will be made in U15, U17, and U20. Cuts have already been made in the U12 division. They are competing in their final advancers round right now over at Super Bowl. And after their 4 games tonight, they will cut the top 8 in both the boys and girls division. And they will begin their match play over here at Thunderbolt Lanes, and I believe we'll be using part of the Cosmic area as well as the main bay here in front of us at Thunderbolt, starting at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. is when U12 begin their match play tomorrow, and then we have U17 girls and the U20 boys, which are in front of us, will have their advancers round here in the main bay as well, starting at 7:30. 5 more games for them. Let's take a look at who we have in front of us. Over on lane 68, Gary Beatty from Peculiar. Peculiar? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Peculiar. Missouri. Towards the bottom half of the standings. Just finishing out his last game here at Junior Gold. Brandon Pendley to his left from Utica, Kentucky. I thought I recognized him in that KYBT jersey. Minus 208 coming in, so if he's had a good night and he's picked up some plus pins, he started this game out with the front 3. He needed about 890 to 900 to get in that comfort zone, I believe. Not sure how his night has gone up to this point. Randolph Portero from Daly City, California, just ahead of Brandon in the standings. Randolph minus 192, similar situation. He's went roll the late 10 pin on lane 69. That's what we're talking about. Gotta have some fun out there, that's what we're here for. Randolph strike, 7 out in the second, and then a 3-bagger. So depending on how his first 3 games have gone, if he can go big here, he might still have a chance. Brad Del Marl up on lane 67 from right here in Michigan, Warren, Michigan. So hometown boy. Struggled, he was in that kind of needs a 940 type number. I don't think he's going to get there. And then the last competitor over on 67 and 68, Noah Fenner from New Vienna, Ohio. He's got about 5 frames left of his Junior Gold experience this year, and he will be headed back to Ohio, figure out how to improve, and come back next year and be even better. Stepping up on lane 70, Thomas Rowe. Thomas from Orange Park, Florida. Tommy, the moniker on the back of his jersey. He's really struggled this week. Matthew Russell is what the crowd was going crazy for on that late 10-pin that rolled out. Matthew in 128th, coming to us from Tappan, New York. Minus 103 coming into the ninth, so well within his rights to make a jump into the cut. Ty Resendez from Alice, Texas, just misses the 10-pin over on 69. Finishing out his 2019 Junior Gold campaign. And Patrick Phillips working on a double going into the seventh. Patrick well within the cut coming into today. 32nd from Roseboro, North Carolina. He was plus 40 after 12 games. And then we get down to one of the most unique styles we have seen on the live stream pair, I think, the entire 4 days. Robert Haman. He delivers it off of his off foot. I'm not going to say the wrong foot, but off of his off foot, his right leg. He's right-handed. But then as the ball comes off his hand, his left leg comes forward as if it's going to complete a slide, and then his body gets into a delivery position, and his right leg collapses behind him into a slide. This is really unique. I feel like I've seen this before. I don't know if it was him. It doesn't seem like this is the first time I've seen something like this. But I don't think I've seen it in person. Maybe I saw it at the Open Championships? No, I don't know. Oh, Patrick balked. Pulled a Sean Rash on us. How Sean or any player is able to do that, I don't know. I mean, I have a slide that's like 73 feet long, so at no point during my slide can I just stop and pull the ball up. Great conversion on a 6-7-10 by Jalen Harris over on 72. Yeah, at no point can I just stop and pull up because I'm always sliding. So yeah, if I feel something in the middle of my approach that's off and I'm too late into my approach, then my muscle memory will try and correct whatever I feel, but it's going down the lane. And I'm not going to try and grab onto the ball and hold it and stop. I'm not going to hurt myself. But you can't say he's doing it wrong. I mean, he's on a three-bagger. He obviously, to a point, can repeat shots. It hasn't helped him too much this week. He's well outside of the cut, not going to make it. Oh, exciting stuff. What are we getting excited about? Excited about Brian Kennedy on a three-bagger on 65 and 66. Let's see, where's he at? He was 137th at minus 113. So maybe he's giving it a run to make cut here. tentative split that we got, but yeah, that's just a very unique form. Oh, Patrick. Well, we will start to learn pretty quick who out here is who out here thinks they're close to the number. Because as guys start to strike towards the end of games, if they're stringing them, you're gonna hear them react. You're gonna hear their crowd, their fans react, their family, their friends. We start to wrap up. Thomas Rowe 184, Ty Resendez 151. Randolph Portero can get to 243. He was minus 192 coming in. Matthew Russell can get into the 190s here. He was minus 103 coming into tonight. Nice shot by Cortero. It's going to give him a double in the 10th. Matthew Russell's cheering section's pretty happy about his night, so if he came in at minus 103 and they're saying it was a nice night, I've got to think that he's at a number they think is in the cut. I mean, that's kind of how that goes, right? I'll tell you, and that's what I've been preaching to everybody all week on here, is that if there are players out here that are under the cut, that have bowled bad, never give up, just keep keep fighting and keep trying to learn, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Was talking with Thomas Rowe, who was just on our pair 69 and 70, and he said that his 4 games tonight were higher. I'll turn up. Thomas Rowe told me that his 4 games tonight were higher than any, like his highest game coming into tonight this week was a 142, and tonight he goes 145, 148, 191, 184. And he said he wanted to tell somebody he was proud of that, and that right there is exactly what I was talking about. When these kids come in, you can't give up. If you're bowling bad, you cannot give up. You've got to keep fighting. You've got to keep trying to improve. And that right there is awesome. He told me he's got 2 rods and 25 screws in his back from his T2 to his L4. He had back surgery recently. And he said ever since the back surgery, he can't play up the boards because he can't get his back to get into a comfortable position. So when he walked in here tonight, his dad gave him some advice, and he followed it to the T. And after a couple rough games, he goes 191. Or after a couple average games, he goes 190, 180 to finish. And that, he said he's looking forward to going. And this is what he told me. He said, well, I'm going to go back home to our Family Fun Center in Jacksonville, and we're going to practice more on sport shots. You know, my dad, my uncle told me this is the hardest stuff they've ever seen. They've got kids shooting 120, 130. My first day, I went 120, 120, 130, 120. And then tonight, he shoots his 4 highest games of the tournament on the last squad because he didn't give up. That is the heart and the determination that these youth players have, and that is why we come out here. We're finished up on our live stream pair here on 67 through 70. I'm going to go and check on 27 through 30 because my guy JT left me. Had to go over to Astro Lanes to help Emil Williams pack all their stuff up so they can bring one of their kits over here, and we can set it up for the U12 match play over in the Cosmic area tomorrow morning. And just for those of you wondering, the Cosmic area, the lane beds, the approaches are no different than what we have over here. It's just a separate room that's got a party zone and some arcade games on the side, but it's not any different, quality of equipment. So we're going to have that starting match play tomorrow at 8 a.m. Right here on Bowl TV. And then the advancers round for the U17 girls and the U20 boys will be here at 7:30 a.m. Both the U15s will be at Century for their advancers round at 7:30, and then the U20 girls and the U17 boys will be at Score. So Astro is done. It's Score, Century, and Thunderbird as far as live scoring for tomorrow, and then all of that will culminate throughout Saturday. Century will be eliminated. We'll have some match play going on at Score, some match play here at Thunderbird, and then it all ends up in the TV finals over in the Thunderbowl Arena throughout Saturday afternoon. So join us back here tomorrow morning. I believe we're going to have 3 channels, 2 here in the main bay for the U17 girls and the U20 boys for their advancers round, 5 games, and then we'll have a 3rd channel set up in the Cosmic area for the U12 match play, the U12 boys and the girls. This has been an absolute pleasure, the first 4 days of qualifying, and it's about to amp up. It's about to get even better. So tune in tomorrow morning, 7:30 for the advancers rounds for the U17 girls, the U20 boys, and 8 o'clock on our 3rd channel for the U12 boys and girls match play. We will see you then. This is it for qualifying for the 2019 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by the brands of Ebonite International right here on Bowl TV, where bowling lives. We will see you in the morning.